What's up, y'all? This is 10X Generation, and this is my road to $1 billion. So, about a year ago, I was in a completely different space mentally, and this is right after working on my startup for like nonstop for like a year and a half, just like monk mode, just like that. And during that time, my priorities and values have shifted dramatically. It used to be very outward. I wish to, make this much money. I wish to get these skills so that I can do these things. I wish to, things like that. And, but slowly after just focusing on that for so long, I realized that there is a lot of value in things like health, wellness, going outside, being active, being social, and the things that I once valued so heavily seem almost not childish, but like 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 it feels like valuing a high score in a video game. It's like, yeah, that's cool. And it's impressive that you were able to do that, but it doesn't really mean a whole lot. And that's how I started viewing all these different skills and talents I have. It's like, yeah, it's cool you could do that, but it doesn't really mean anything. It's like, it doesn't really mean anything. And the things that started meaning things were basic stuff, real basic, right? And I was coming out of that phase, right? And it was really confusing because it's like I have all these opportunities for my business and I do have these skills, and there is a sunk cost kind of fallacy thing where it's like I have all this stuff for this particular thing, but I don't value that. I value this over here. What do I do? Like, which way do I go? So I was in this confusing state. And one of the things I started doing a whole lot was going outside. Like, I would just sit outside, maybe go on walks, be outside at night, look at the stars, kind of stuff like that. And one of these nights, I was just outside, just like existing outside, and like the clouds parted, and then a star appeared. And I'm someone who really believes in making wishes. I do think wishes come true. So I always make wishes, and it's not for any kind of spooky reason. I just think that orienting yourself and being clear about what you want just increases the likelihood of that thing happening. If you just don't ever make it clear what you want, how are you gonna get it, right? Because your brain still is processing it in the background by making it real, by saying it. So I made a wish, right? Well, I was like, my goal was to make a wish, but I really couldn't think of the perfect wish because, again, I was in this in-between stage. Do I wish for a whole lot of money? And I was like, well, there are trade-offs. I don't even know if I want a whole lot of money. This is the kind of weirdness. Like, the series is called Road to 1 Billion. I didn't even wish for that. So you can see kind of the state I was in. I was wishing for my business. Or I was thinking, should I wish for my business to just take off and go crazy? And I was like, well, do I want that? If like, how would my life change if the business were to go crazy, right? We're talking employees, we're talking investors, we're talking more sitting down at a computer, more things like that, and less of the things that I'm actually learning to value. Less health, less calm and peace, less things like that. And I was like, well, I don't even know if I want that. I was like, what do I want? And what I ended up coming to the conclusion is kind of a cop out a little bit. It was, I wished to become, or I wish to learn all the things I need to learn to get the things I will want in the future. The things I would want and need in the future, which is, like I said, it's kind of a cop-out. It's like, I don't know what in the world to wish for, but I wish to become the type of person and to have the knowledge in order to fulfill my own wish in the future. It's kind of a weird wish, but it's like a catch-all wish, right? And the craziest thing happened after that. This frog fell out of the sky and it like landed behind me, and I was just like, yo, that was crazy. Like literally right after I wished it. Now, I don't think it actually fell out the sky. I think it like jumped from the roof, but it was just like, it felt like confirmation. Right. I'm trying not to be very spooky, but that's what it felt like. It felt like I made a wish on a star. The clouds went back and the star went away, and then a frog fell. And I looked behind me and it was just looking at me, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Fast forward to now, like I said, that was a year ago, and I'm in this weird state that's different than how I've been for my entire life. My entire life has been about improvement, about being the best person, best man I can be, right? Right. In whatever domain I need to, whether it be social, can I speak to people? Can I convince people? Can I tell stories? Am I competent? Am I a moral person? Can I make sound moral decisions? All these things, right? All about improvement, improvement, improvement. And I'm running, and I'm finding that I'm running in circles, right? I'm running in circles. I find a flaw in myself, whether that be emotionally or something. I find some flaw, and I, take the steps to fix it, right? And then the conclusion to fix it is to leave it alone, is to not worry about it, right? Sometimes that is a solution. Like if you ever played a video game when you were a little kid, and there's this level that's just so hard and so difficult to beat, right? You just can't beat it for the life of you. And then you put it down and then come back when you're older. It's a piece of cake. How did you improve in a game that you didn't play? There's integration. There's a lot of things happening in the background in your head. So not everything needs conscious focus and conscious energy in order to improve in, right? Not everything. Some things, but most things you actually don't need that much attention. So that for a lot of things that I had a problem with, that was the solution. The solution is actually I'm good, right? And throughout this year, there have been a ton of other lessons, right? That success and effort are not correlated with each other. They're not necessarily putting in more effort isn't always the best. It's a curve, right? There's a perfect amount of effort that you want to put in to maximize reward, but past that, you can actually be shooting yourself in the foot. All types of lessons like that. And I just came to the conclusion right now that that wish that I made upon that star a year ago, I think that it came true. I feel that I am in a place now where the things I want to get out of life, I have the knowledge to get them, right? But I understand that effort, knowledge, wisdom, these things aren't the only factor in getting the things that you want. There are a lot of other moving parts that just aren't up to you. And I also realized that where I am now is really not that far from where I was a year ago in terms of the lessons and things like that. And I guess the final conclusion of this is to say that, like, very much in this, in the manosphere and self-improvement kind of community, we always assume that the reason why you don't have the things that you want and the things you think you deserve in this world is because you're not good enough. It's because you don't know enough, you're not smart enough, you're not disciplined enough, you don't put enough effort, something's wrong with you. I would like to challenge that and basically say that, well, If you look at some of the most successful people, right, they're not super moral, they're not super intelligent, they aren't the wisest folks in the world. They'll be having crazy, the stuff that's going on in politics. They'll be having crazy stuff going on, yet they have all this stuff, right? And really, it's just to say that you can and you do deserve the things that you want while being a flawed person. You don't have to be perfect in order to have your perfect life. You don't. It's not as, I feel like like the conclusion isn't that life isn't that serious, but like low key, that's kind of what it is. Like the things that you're worrying about, that you believe, you think is keeping you from your dream life. That's probably not what it is. It probably is that circumstances that are outside of your control just don't allow for it right now. Yeah, and just like you can't wish upon a star when the clouds are in the way. It's like, I don't care how hard you try, I don't care what you got, it's just not gonna happen. You just gotta wait until the orchestrations happen and the clouds part, and then it's there. Now you're like, wow, okay, you just gotta wait sometimes. And a lot of that effort, I'll just say for me, a lot of that movement with, improving and going out of your way to do stuff and analyzing and all this stuff that I did is more just about impatience. It's just being dissatisfied with your current situation. You're just not okay with it. So you do stuff, but the things you're doing doesn't do anything. It's just like running in a hamster wheel. It's like burning energy. And that's not to say that it's bad. That's just to say that, like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. So that's where I'm at right now. Yeah. But other than that, things are good. Things are fine. Got my cat. I love him so much. Anyway, that's really it. So thank you all so much for watching. This is 10X Generation, and I'll see you guys next time.